It's far too big at the minute, so there's plenty of loose skin. So one's going to go on the back of the head, one's going to go in the middle of the forehead, one's going to go just in front of the ear that I'm testing. Turn the ear flat back, and then literally just pop the headphone against the ear, and the machine does the rest. This little, I don't know if you can see it, this little one, when all three needles are in place, is going to be the sort of real time what's going on in her head. This will be the average. Signal averaging, basically what happens is the click is delivered at T0. This is 10 milliseconds of recording. And the click happens always, obviously, at T0, so the response to the click always happens exactly the same time afterwards. So that will build, and anything like her moving or breathing or blinking or anything that's not to do with the click will be averaged out, because you can imagine perhaps it goes like that the first time and then it goes like that the second time, the two average to nothing. The calmer the puppy is, the better, because there's less rubbish going on in the background, but the machine can extract that stuff and get rid of it. It's got a little way of, if it's bigger than a certain microvoltage, it'll sling out that piece of information. So if a puppy's really thrown up wobbly, then it won't record anything at all. So we have to perhaps revisit that one a little later. Perhaps replace your needles somewhere a little bit less noisy. But
Big sigh,
it's a very forgiving test. Basically, as long as your needles are on the same dog, you will get one if there's one to get, pretty much. The one that's the most sensitive is wave 1, which is the one that happens around about 1 millisecond after the click. That is more sensitive, so sometimes I have to replace this needle because that's the one that's sensitive to needle placement. So we'll give it a little go. Right, my darling. So I'll just let you know I'm there, so I'm not going to frighten her when I poke her with a needle.
So the needles don't really count?
No, they're like little acupuncture needles, they really don't. And I've done it often enough that I can usually tell the difference between them struggling because they want to get down and play, or sort of having a paddy because, ouch, that really is rather uncomfortable, would you like to replace it? And what I try and do is get the needle parallel with the skin, so if I actually, when I place the headphones against, it's not driving it into the actual soft bits, so it's just literally lying flat under the skin. And then when I put the headphone against it, I'm not actually poking it and making it sore. There's a good baby, so this is the one that might make her go ooch. But it doesn't, because she's a very good girl. And we always do the border collies at 50 decibels because there is this, it has become apparent that there is an adult onset acquired deafness, if you like. Sorry, the red phone for the right ear. So, okay. So we do it at 50 because, of course, if they can hear at 50, we know they can hear it at 80, which is what we do the Dalmatian now. I'm just going to start it at 60 though, because it's nice.
Is it all right? That's it, relaxing now. That's a good girl.
So what we're looking at is peak 1, peak 2, peak 5 and trough after 5, which is what we're looking for, what we expect, and it's there in every normal hearing ear. So that's that one. Okay? And then we'll just swap sides. The one on the forehead and the one on the occiput stay put, and the one on the ear is the only one that needs to be changed. Good girl. So literally just pop it. And basically she's going to sleep now. You see how flat her baseline is there, it's absolutely hardly anything going on. And you see wave 1, wave 2, wave 5 and drop after 5. I had an obedience dog coming the other day. He was only 6.5. And the only thing that the owner had actually spotted was that on a send away, they send them away and they have to sit in a square. He was doing that absolutely fine, but because he couldn't hear her, he was anticipating the recall. That's the only thing that he was doing that was wrong. We did a hearing test on him, totally deaf.